Oh my word, what a flop. Henry would still have a monster hand and the 7 of clubs. This would need to be an exploitative fold. Seems like he's just cursing the poker gods at the moment. Henry has been put to the test.
Sweet, man. I'm excited to break down this hand. This was from day 2 of the main event at the feature table. And it's definitely one of the funnest hands that I played the entire tournament. Let's jump into it.
Oh, there we are. Pocket queens once again for Henry.
I open queens from the low jack. We're playing 8-handed, 70 big blinds effective, and a recreational, but like a recreational that knows what he's doing. Flats from the cutoff with ace-6 of clubs.
This time comes along with the ace-6 suited in the cutoff. Pretty speculative. Slight graphical error here, I believe. Jacob hasn't joined us yet, but will be joining us. Oh my word.
Queen 6-5, obviously loving life. We've flopped top set. There's a flush draw out there. There's some backdoor floats that people could get creative with. I'm expected to c-bet here at like a really high frequency after opening from early position. I obviously have aces, kings, ace queen, queens in my range, 5s, 6s, nut flush draws. I think a lot of people expect me to be over stabbing on this flop as well, so it's nice that I'm going to have strong hands and I'm also going to have my bluffs like king jack, jack 10, ace 10 maybe with like a backdoor. And yeah, I continue for 7.5k, and now this guy in the cutoff clicks me to like 16.5k, bearing in mind we're 70 big blinds effective at the start of this hand. And now my decision is whether to fast play my hand and just try and like get all of the money in now against 6s and 5s. But the reality is I don't think he ever has 6s and 5s here. Like he raised really quickly, and to me it just felt like, okay, this guy always has a flush draw here, some sort of combo draw, maybe something like 7-8 suited, maybe something like ace-6 of clubs, maybe in some worlds some like 9-8 of spades, so a gut shot with a backdoor. But I don't give him credit for that kind of creativity, so I'm purely giving him ace-6 of clubs, 7-8 of clubs, and then maybe some top pairs that he wants to just control the size of the pot with.
So I'd really like to see a raise here from Henry.
Henry is also seeing the showdowns that Wu has had. Could be giving Wu credit for even a hand such as aces or kings that play tricky.
Oh, beautiful. Love the raise here. A 3-bet to 35,000. Great sizing. Henry is on it today.
And this is where I'm really looking to just get the information that I'm looking for, right? Like, is this 6s and 5s where all of the money just goes in now? And I think that the money would always go in now because these guys in this field always fast play. They just immediately put me on aces or kings and they want to stack all of my overpairs. So when he just calls, I'm really narrowing his range down to exactly this type of hand, like ace-6 of clubs, 7-8 of clubs, maybe something like 4-3 of clubs. Wouldn't expect him to have that as often.
How does he want to proceed? A 4-bet would just be too strong, so he goes with the call. Club would be disaster. Anything else, Henry would still have a monster hand and the 7 of clubs. Ouch!
So I've made it 35k. He calls, and we just get the worst turn card in the deck. 7 of clubs straight away rolls off. 94k in the middle. I've got 160k back, and now I really just want to slow down, right? I don't have many flushes in my range after 3-betting flop. It would never make sense for me to take a hand like ace-king of clubs, ace-jack of clubs, jack-10, king-jack, all of those flush draws, and 3-bet flop. I'd always just want to call those and evaluate turns and rivers. So yeah, I'm hating life all of a sudden with top set. Even though it shouldn't be, this is day 2 of the APT Taipei main. But yeah, not loving life. I check it on over, and he goes for a really small sizing. He bets 25k into 94k, so around quarter pot, laying me an insane price on a call. Obviously, I've got 10 outs once. I've got 19% equity. He's giving me 5-1 on a call, which means I need like, what, 16.5%, which I'm more than happy with. I've got that with 20%, so always just going to try and realize here. So I do call. and then get the worst river card in the deck, which is the deuce of diamonds. Worst card in the deck in the sense that I'm probably going to lose a lot of chips here. 144k in the middle. I've got 135k back. I check it on over. And now this is where it gets really interesting. Like, he looks down at his cards again. I don't want to go too deep into live reads, but like, he double checks his cards. He stares me down for a good like 20, 30 seconds. He's paying attention to my stack. Like, he's like leaning over the table, trying to see exactly how much I'm playing. He's then like doing a lot of evaluating of his stack. And it just felt like to me that he is trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. It's like, okay, what's the most that this kid's gonna pay me here? And he doesn't go too greedy. He goes 75k into 144k, which is just insane. Like, I think he should always be jamming this spot here with the nut flush, especially with the turn sizing. He's set it up to be able to get me to put all of my chips in for less than pot on the river. Having the ace of clubs obviously sucks in the sense that like he blocks aces with the ace of clubs. So maybe he's just trying to target like specifically, you know, ace queen, like king queen, king of clubs, pocket kings with the king of clubs. I should really never have weaker flushes here. So yeah, I was surprised that he doesn't just go for all of my stack. He bets 75k, which is giving me an insane price on a call. I'm getting 3-1 on a call, which means I need him to have pocket fives, pocket sixes, slow played aces with the ace of clubs, slow played kings with the king of clubs, 25% of the time, in order for this call to be profitable, which is just ridiculous. Like that means that I think this guy has nut flushes more than 75% of the time. And in game, that's what my read was. I was like, okay, if he had fives or sixes, I honestly think we would have got all of the money in on the flop. When he just calls flop and then barrels turn, I'm really just putting him on flushes, pretty exclusively nut flushes. Based on the information that I'd seen from previous hands, he has ace deuce all the way through ace jack, maybe even some ace king suited at a very low frequency based on the way he'd been playing. He'd been trapping with pocket kings, he'd been trapping with pocket queens. His turn sizing just screamed value. There was just so much going on here that, yeah, just made me feel really uncomfortable, even though I have top set and even though I'm getting laid an incredible price.
That looks like a laydown.
He's doing it.
Very nice fold.
Very, very nice fold, Henry. Loses effectively the minimum. Got the right odds to draw to a boat on the turn.
I think it's a very well played hand for both players.
So yeah, this is the APT main event. Insane structure, right? Hour-long clocks. If I fold, I've still got 45 big blinds. I'm chilling. I'm at a great table. I'm sat on the direct left of the best player at the table, so I can just avoid playing big pots against him. I end up pitching it in game. I even said to the microphone, like, I guess we're gonna see that one back. I don't mind looking like an idiot on stream. I think in poker, especially in these fields, if you pay attention, you're looking closely to a lot of these recreationals, like, the information is there to be collected. You just have to look for it. The staring down, the look, like he was literally leaning over the table, like staring at my stack, trying to figure out how much he could try and squeeze out of me. And it's interesting, the fact that he didn't go all in was one of the reasons why I ended up folding. Like, it felt like his bluffs are more likely to go all in, whereas his value is going to try and squeeze out as much as possible. But yeah, this is a great insight into what the APT mains have to offer. And yeah, make big folds, guys. I mean, look, you're gonna get gifted stacks in so many spots. And I think, you know, we give so much credit to big hero calls, big bluffs, but being disciplined in these fields to make big folds as well is really gonna get you a long way. Unfortunately for me, I ended up busting early on day 3, but at least I have this hand history to kind of help me go to sleep at night, you know, trust in my intuition in game to make tough folds like that. And yeah, had a great time, and I'll be looking forward to playing more of these main events, and hopefully next time the board just pairs and I win 150 big blind pot. Anyways, don't forget, subscribe, like all of the Asian Poker Tour stuff, and yeah, thanks APT for having me.